Do you want to learn to draw professional and impressive artwork from scratch that will blow people's minds?
Getting ready to go here in just a moment, folks. Oh. What's up, Ryan? Alrighty. All right. Ryan, since you're here with us, I'm going to ask you to pick a number between 3, 5, and 7. Can y'all hear me well enough? Oot. Thank you, thank you. So y'all were 55. Is that the number you're choosing for 5? Alright. Cool. We'll do that in a minute. I don't understand why it does that on the screen. I'll have to. It might be because last time yeah, it is. 1 second, y'all. I'm all weird looking. I'm merging with the tree. Oh god, I got some light. Got some freaking really weird looking eyes there. That's wild. 1 second, folks. 1 second. Let me turn this off. God, that's weird. I like it, but whoa. Alright, that tripped me out a little bit. What? Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I got my mic set up now. I feel official. Well, I'm official. I got me a mic. Got me a little. Got some goodness happening over here. Also got my cards out tonight. I wanted it to be kind of a follow-up to yesterday. I know I got a little out there and sporadic by the end of it. Yeah, so let me get situated here. Now, 1 second. Yeah. Morphin, huh? If I had to choose to be one of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I always liked Tommy back in the day. Like, I don't know why. Even though he ended up being like a bad guy for a while, I still liked him. Yeah, he was cool. And I was so naive as a child as well that I thought like Tommy Hilfiger was like his brand of stuff. Oh man, it was terrible. Like, I can't begin to tell you how. Just gotcha. Spaced out. Well, all right, 5 words. That's cool. I like it. Well, since you picked 5, I'm gonna do 7 shuffles. I got my cards again here today. I'll do 7 separate shuffles and my 3 knocks on it. And I did a drawing earlier today, and it was fairly revealing. It was pretty cool. And linked up with the Lion fam for a little bit on the chat, and some of the things that have come to light really lined up with the card drawing. So Oh, yeah. So, but yeah. So here in just a minute, I will draw some. I'm not gonna flip them just yet, but yeah. So, man, got a thingy. I love it. It's like probably my favorite thing as a gift. It's amazing. It's like I like playing with it too. It's good stuff. It just cool. I apologize, sir. I will get to that. Yeah. But as far as the topic for today, like I said, it's kind of gonna be a follow up to last night, and I was thinking on it, and afterwards, whoop, Taylor, what up? So yeah, it's gonna be kind of like a follow up to some things. Afterwards, I was up. So yeah, I was um kind of touching base with a few people that I've either been on the show um, with here or through, the Lion fam, and just make sure folks were all right because I kind of got out of whack in the sense of um, needing some recuperative, you know, feedback on myself and kind of some time alone and some introspective. So when I did all that, and I also was in between different uh, avenues of communication with several different folks, and through all this, I was just like, ooh, I was even in the middle of like writing on my book stuff, and I like basically scrapped everything I was doing at the moment, and I just I had to get words out. And y'all have been with me before when I've read some things, and a lot of times it's not my words. It's just kind of like what happens, what's coming to me. Oh snap! Oh, that's funny. So Taylor, I don't know when you shuffle and like when you pull your cards. Woo woo! What up, Marty? Um, and when you cut them, I know you're probably not supposed to look, but I look anyways just to see because I'm curious, and I'll only look at the one that's in my left hand. Hey, Oka, hey, what's up? Now I only look at the one in my left hand. So every time I've done that, it's been like a really profound card. I don't know, it's the weirdest thing, but I'm not even like pulling the cards in, I'm just shuffling them. But when I cut them, I happen to look at my left hand, and it's like, it kind of really lines up with me. It's wild. Oh, it's great. Like this one happened just to be my unexpected visitors card, and I was like, oh shit! So it's like folks that hadn't seen in a while. Man, like that. I'm just in the vibe. I chill. I do this for fun more so when I see folks have like a lot of questions or like are doubting themselves. I'll usually draw, and no matter any time that I do draw, it man, it's reflective of my situation, of the world, of friends, family, whatever the case may be. It's almost like a universal just answers there, and it's really hilarious at times. And well, Jody was, or I'm not gonna call you a guinea pig, but she picked 5, so I have an interesting draw for us. It's one that I learned not too long ago. Um, man, dude, yeah, I saw that in the. Yeah. Oh yeah, things you already know exactly. It's just like reaffirmation. But no, orange. Ah, let's see. So also, Tricky, I'm glad you came in. We got numbers. So I that's why I was asking. Like, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, take the burn away. All right. I don't know. Good things are happening. Everybody's still in this weird cloud of muddled. Yeah, I'll call it muddledness. And we are starting to kind of filter our way through that. So, man, that's why I was asking Tricky just before he got in 3, 5, and 7. And it's been in numbers that will coincide with that. So, like, 2 and 1, 1, 1, 1, yeah, it's there's been some numbers popping out. And the cool thing is picking the middle ground, like Jody asked, let's see. I should have called it a Muddle Monday, shouldn't I? I'll do that. We're gonna hit some time shit today too. Uh, so with the 5-card draw that I have going on, well, I got one more shuffle to do. I almost missed that. So no, you didn't pick wrong. There is no wrong, Jody. I promise. There is no wrong. It's all an experience. It's all a journey. We're having good times here. Smooth. What up? Glad y'all are here. Hey. Woo! Y'all get to listen to me ramble and shit. I made a half a pot of coffee. I'm gonna get caffeinated. Yeah. I got the tunes in the back and yes. Can y'all hear that? I hope you can, because that is like just probably one of my pride and joys now. It's woo. Hey, no, it's good. It's good. 5s is good. All right. So with this drawing, what was I on point with? What'd I do? I'm in trouble. I did something. It's beautiful, man. I love it. It's probably like my new favorite thing in the world right now. Besides my family and the love that's surrounding me. Yes. It's man, it's the best thing ever. Just Nice. It's nice. Well, I have that going on around. Probably, hopefully, it'll get my mind. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. My bad. I remember it. Yeah. I felt like it was just cause of what you had shared with me. Um, and I've done more since then. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so sorry. And the way I like 5 card draw is in like a pyramidal formation almost. So what's cool is instead of like a normal past, future, or present thing, oh man, tell you don't gotta tell me. I've been jumping the light speed for I would say about 3-ish months ago, kind of getting close to Amelia's birthday. I was oh man. Uh, well, hey, I'm open to all things. Like I said yesterday, I don't really want to consider myself a teacher, even though it's like at one time I do want to be a teacher, and oh man, but at the same time, I've learned that the more I learn that I have a lot more to learn. Yeah, it's a mouthful, but like I would much rather be the masterful student than some perceived all-knowing teacher. And in that same light, I would I mean, I've always considered everything as a teaching experience or as a liberating experience, and I'm going to get into that a little bit today too. All right, so with this draw, I do kind of stay to the left to right reading. Now the first one is a past well, just either not necessarily obstacle, but it's like a just a past stepping stone. Oh yeah, sound shapes matter for sure, for sure. Hey, I know nothing. Yes. Um. So it'll be like past, present circumstance, hindrances from your highest good, what you should look for as expectations, and then like future endeavors. All right, it'll make more sense once I actually do the reading. But nah, so and it's gonna come throughout the thingy. Um, but yeah, Taylor is speaking as to like gifts and stuff. My Reiki has been like on next level cool shit. Um, my Qigong is righteous. It's this is not bragging at all. This is just liberation of soulful feelings because we're all in this same space, this same frequency where um, we gain perspective. Yeah. All right. So, and it doesn't matter what perspective. Exactly. All right. Yeah. Peter Tosh. Yeah. We talked about. Well, we said some things like he did last night. So, yeah, I don't know. All right. So, mainly about tonight is I was talking last night about our worth and what is worth, and there's been a lot of chatter about like currency. um I'm like, well, a piece of paper really in the grand scheme of things, what's it worth? Totally left field tangent and not the best frequency, but just work with me here. A perception of a far off near timeline slash crumbled future, if or in that timeline when things didn't happen how we are. um because like right now, I can't express to y'all how much like we're doing well, with just the Galactic Federation of Light Worker Starseeds. People, I don't like the term awakening or waking up, because it's become this moniker for a stage, and it's not a stage, it's a stepping stone. It's a perspective. It's a pebble skipping across the pond. Do you feel? Oh man, dude, yeah, it's probably like some hardcore like green and blue with a little bit of indigo. I am the Kundalini is like strong right now. So like we I don't know, just the whole thing, we're doing absolutely phenomenal. I just want to get that out there. Like, things might seem iffy or weird right now, and there's these other socio-political happenings, right? I know. It's like, said it back in the comments just a second ago. We're getting to that Star Wars, Star Trek age. And it's like we've already been there. Technically, we're there now, but it's coming to fruition. And I mean, just go ahead and beam me up, Scotty. It's wild. All right. Anyways, getting back on track. Um, I'm just here. So yeah. All right. So worth, like, just think like the zombie apocalypse movies. Right? Hell. All right. For one. All right. Zombieland. Right. What was worth something? A Twinkie was like the epitome. Like, that was the $1 million bill, right? So when we look at worth, what is worth, right? And our moment, our time, this present gift that we have that we can share, that's worth more than any monetary value. So, like, I'm gonna go ahead and flip our first card, and it's an upright movement card, right? Now, bear with me. I do gotta read my book because, well, I haven't memorized my book. Whatchamacallit. All right, so for movement, this could be a very near past too. Yeah, you are in a time of positive forward motion. All right, we can see that. All right, let's just take this past year. It has done nothing but accelerate and propel all of us into being better, into that higher consciousness. No, it's absolutely great. I love it. Y'all just keep going. Yes, movement. All right. So just kind of. So the movement means like we've embraced a period of like restriction, and we kind of just broke our wings free from the shackles, because they've been pent up by the heavy metals, just society, whatever the case may be, you know, social media constructs or just karmic debt, however you wish to perceive that. Yes, liberation. Boom, that movement, you know, we have moved forward. And it was funny. Last night I was on the phone with a friend that I haven't spoke to in a while, and the last time I spoke with them, they were in some dire straits. And then I lost connection with them because one of my accounts was deleted, and I was like, "Holy shit, I've done so bad," and I didn't check on by it. I felt this huge eager pull to talk to him last night, and I did, and it was funny. And they're doing so much better, and it just lifted my heart up. You know, I was like, yes, you know, I felt bad that I hadn't maintained contact, though. You know, I'm available for it if it's ever needed. And I was like, man, it made me happy to hear that they had moved forward. So, boom. All right. I love how it just sits in place, right? All right. So, the next one was like, and how we decide to break those shackles, you know, and moving forward, our present predicament. Ooh, all right. The upside down talisman. Sweet. I should know this one. I've had it a few times. Ooh, all right. All right, boom. This is great. All right, so the reverse talisman. You know, we move, we break the shackles, we allow ourselves to have liberation. And in our present predicament, you know, we have moved forward, right? Well, the reverse talisman is telling us that we should be aware of repetitive patterns or things that, you know, will seem familiar or cozy. And it is in these things that, you know, have that kind of pluck at the heartstrings almost, you know, because, oh, that was my friend or that was my escape. You know, in the present moment, we don't need that. We need to be aware of the present, you know, be fully present because we are in our most genuine and highest self as we are present, right? So, our past, breaking the shackles, moving forward, the liberation of movement into a present of a reverse talisman, which tells us be aware and notice patterns that may have either kept us shackled in the past or things that will place us back into that confined situation that we just moved from, right? It might be a different place, it might be a different relationship, it might be a perceived boon or gain here now, but in the next moment, it becomes a shackle once more, right? So, with that, this lifelines and surrender. Yeah. I will be too. I'm about to go fill up my coffee mug one more time. Yeah. So, I'll sit tight. I'll be right back. Yeah. Whoop, whoop. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm back. So, hey. Ooh, okay. The Golden Palace. All right. So, we first card is gonna be our past. The second card is our present. Third card. Um, he is off. Quick side tangent. He is off platforms right now. I've spoken with him recently. Today, as a matter of fact. Um, yeah, he's off platforms. Marty, hit me up on yeah. All right. Jenna just popped in. Hey Jenna, appreciate it. Um, right. Um, whatchamacallit? Yeah, he's on Telegram, so yeah, he's doing well. I didn't want to speak on it too much. So, ah, yes indeed. All right, so for our third card, it is our expectations of the future. Ooh, snap. Take an extra one for me, Marge, please. I gotta sipping on my coffee. Yeah. All right, but so for our expectations, we have Golden Palace. I've never actually drawn this card before, so this one's a new one for me. It is a reverse Golden Palace. All right, I'll show it to you. Let me see. It's a reverse Golden Palace. So our expectations for the future to bring. Oh man, this is perfect. All right, so as it's reversed, it's basically saying in our expectations we should let go of that tight grip hold of what we think is a believed security, or as we look towards the future we should have a loosely idea of security, and because that's going to change, and that's perfect too with this the frequency shift and all that. Like, our language is very rudimentary in the language of the universe, I should say, and how when we try to explain things or motives or interdimensional going ons, we things like security are almost, yes, speaking the light. So like when we like words like security, currency, or monopoly, these things are non-existent in the way that we perceive them or the way that our language defines them, right? So the reverse Golden Palace is telling us in our expectations of the future, we should conserve our energy and let it nourish us. And how when we look to beliefs or systems that, kind of inculcate our happenings here, we shouldn't hold on to those as like, oh, this is my reservation. So, yeah, we push forward to a more harmonious sense of being as we conserve our energy, conserve our light. And I'm not saying bide our time, but y'all know I don't like using the word but. Um, being present, being present and in our expectations for the future. Stay humble and stay conserved. Allow your light to shine. And that shining light will break down the barriers. All right. So the fourth card is perfect. Is the basically our hindrance to accessing our highest good. Oh man, and this one's perfect. It's Into the Unknown card, and it is upright. I have read this one before, but I'm gonna check myself. Boom. All right. So the hindrance for our highest good as we proceed into the future is trust. We should trust, and all will be revealed. Perfect. It's see, that's why I like doing this, because it. I'm not doing it for me. I'm not doing it for anyone in particular. I'm just doing it, and it lays out perfectly. So I'll just read it to you. Life is an adventure, and often new opportunities will arise that you won't know how to deal with. This is one of those times you require to trust that this new phase will reveal wonders and miracles as you step into unknown territory. Imagine that you are not only a pathfinder, but a path maker. Into the unknown. I'm sorry, I had a total office moment there. There's a meme. Oh god, my daughter corrupted me. I hadn't seen it before. We watched it, like binged watched it when I went out to hang out with her during her birthday last year, and then her mom showed me this office meme where Michael Scott, no, God no, that whole little trope thing. Into the unknown. Oh god, it's the stupidest thing, but I still think about it. It cracks me up. All right, so whatever your inquiry, trust that you'll be safe. Stay aware as you discover new and marvelous territories and valuable treasures. Perfect, right? Perfect. So like our past, we've broken shackles, liberation, moving forward. And then our present situation, we should tune in to the relapse of patterns and predicaments that allowed us to be shackled in the first place, right? And then our expectations of the future, we're worried, right? We're worried of what's to come. False sense of security. We have a more conserved energy on being present, right? And then our hindrance to accessing our highest good to come is that false sense of trust that we have sometimes. Trust in ourselves, trust in so-called systems, or that's what I'm saying. Systems are, don't worry about the system. Be present, be here, be now. Breathe, right? That's all we gotta do. Just breathe. Breathe. Trust. Have trust in self, trust in God, right? Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so the last card is Unexpected Help. It's beautiful. The Spirit of Place. I've never drawn this card either, but this one I feel like, oh god, this is going to be... And it's upright as well. Authenticity is the essence of power. Ooh. Oh god, that's so amazing. Ooh, all right. And this is amazing too because it goes into our big topic tonight about worth and space and time. And oh, I love it. All right. So, our ancient ancestors believed that every place has a spirit looking after it or embodying it. Just as we have a soul, the plants, trees, mountains, and rivers have their own essences. When this card arrives in a reading, it says that the answer to your query is an overarching theme of your circumstances. The answer is to relax and let go of your need to control the situation. Boom. All right. So it talks more about love or relationships and stuff like that, but that's not what we were reading. All right. So our unexpected help is the authenticity, the spirit of a place, and that is perfect for the overall talk today. All right, I love it. All right, so we're gonna go over it one last time. Our past, we were in movement. We were moving forward. Um, this is technically for all of us, sir. Like, so if you would like me to do one for you, we can do one either offline or while we're on the show today. But so movement, liberation, breaking the shackles of past constructs, right? And in our present situation, we should be aware of repetitive cycles or familiar patterns that will lead us back into the shackles. And as we look towards the future for expectations, we should conserve our energy and be grateful for the present and be in gratitude. That way, our sense of security or what we have to hold on to doesn't be crumbled if the future doesn't turn out exactly the way we want it, right? So just be present. If we work, all right, we'll get into that just a second too. So the hindrance that we have to our highest good in this moment and in future moments is having trust. And when into the unknown, so we venture forth into the unknown. That takes faith, that takes trust, right? But what are we trusting in? Trusting in the things that have either failed us or all that. That's the hindrance. Where we place our trust. Have trust in yourself. Have trust in God. Have trust in that divine light, right? And then unexpected help. The spirit of place. That's perfect because it culminates into what we're going into for today's talk and summing up last night's talk too. Um, Spirit of place. All things hold consciousness. All things hold spirit. All things hold essence. Me, you, chicken in a circus. Sorry, it's a. Oh god, I'm stupid. So we but there's spirit in place. We like in a building, in a room, in the forest, in the mountain, in that little pond that's not too far down from the neighborhood. It holds spirit, it holds essence, it holds life force that is embodied through all creation. And that is our unexpected help. And we are of creation inside of creation, right? Meaning we exist in a plane of creation, but we are also of it, so we're connected. And that's our unexpected help. Nature, every place that we are, every the space that we occupy is filled with the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, right? Oh man, that's beautiful. I love it. Hey, see, look, and it's Jody. I'm glad you said that. Like you, and it's funny. You asked for 5, and I wasn't drawing this for a particular purpose. I was drawing this just to draw because I felt like it was needed, and it's a beautiful thing. And you know, they call it New Age practice sometimes. It's really ancient knowledge, and it's not necessarily ancient either. It could be something new, but just like that very last card, or unexpected help, authenticity. They're being genuine, having that faith and that recognition of source. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm happy it hit home. That's a good thing. All right, so all that together, it was movement. It was like ostrich going forward. It was a reverse talisman, a reverse golden palace, upright, um, into the unknown, and an upright spirit of place. Um, it's in an arching formation, because where are we going? We're going up. Sometimes it's on the downbeat that we get an extra spring, right? You know, just cause the roller coaster sometimes goes down, it's going to propel itself upwards once again, right? That's getting a little off topic, but all right. So moving into kind of where we were last night with worth, um, you know, what do we consider worth? Like, how do we define ourselves as worthy, and what should we be worthy of or not, right? And that's what I was kind of getting at with that spirit of place, authenticity, being genuine. We are all genuine beings, right? Because we're here, we are present. Sometimes we forget that, and we start to back away from the sense of things, right? And as we go forward, we then are shown that, oh, maybe I had too much trust in what I knew in the past and the familiar patterns that it's got me stuck in this loop or this cycle or like karmic debt, these things, right? So we should let our, yes, genuine to self. I mean, like, oh man. All right, so there's Taoist philosophy that the power of no thing, nothing, emptiness, right? And it's a beautiful concept, just because like this room that I'm sitting in, right? It's full of empty space. Yes, there's time when one can't see the woods for the trees. Right. So this empty space, is it filled with nothing? Or is it space, right? On that same train of thought, when we look towards nothing, no thing, we all right, well, y'all bear with me for a second. I would like to read the musings. All right, uh, some of y'all kind of been with me on this before, um, where I'll, it's like automatic writing almost. I mean, it basically is. So, all right, y'all just bear with me a little bit. Let me kind of. Yeah, it's a beautiful noise. So, I'll just bear with me for a second, okay? Ting indeed. Etched upon walls for eons, bequeathed from forgotten halls. Here in the sand, we strain for us to find the catalyst through pain. Yet it is in our makings to strive for illicit gain taken from the ego brain. However, that which was veiled is cosmic in truth and outside this tale. We yearn for understanding and guidance, yet foot by foot show defiance. Unto thee it is beseeched, evolve and learn, seek not to teach. The mastering of study may beget wisdom, yet to this thrust fall thy kingdom. What shall ye do when thus is brushed across canvas of starlight? Run, dive, leech? Forward, onwards unto the gray, force and inequity left bygone day. Crumbled and torn, thus is life felt scorn, yet emboldened in array. Beckoned are ye, for this is to be, pass forth and envision life evermore. Worrisome worth, or is it gainful semblance that we navigate this terrain? Thus it is asked, for what shall ye do? What shall ye do, having been tasked, accept or fail? Shackled to bellowed beliefs that rot and seethe unfurred remorse. Allowed emotion fogged and full to devotion, yet unchanneled nor maintained. Sporadic we go into unknown, flailing or peaceful, yet to be chosen. For this it is with us, vows spiritually spoken, that we rise and advise. Though unto ye is tested thy will bested by predestined contention. Are we of naught? Has thy fury come to bear and wrought? Furthermore, it may seem to be of chore, yet in simplicity rest serendipity. In the assuage of all things, so too are tidings of grandeur happenings. Freedom engrasped, yet to mental fortitude lies lapsed, unfortunate and off course. Converge now towards yonder lore, prophetic circumstances, stripes, anvil, tore. Lay ye down to rest as if to all jest, yet with thy dreams give way to schemes. Conquer the time with only the present rhyme unto this divine. Allowance of self to become one with nothingness. To be worthy of nothing is to gain everything. To pursue something begets no thing gained. When we perceive space, yet forget the emptiness. Towards others, we dictate space of personnel, usable, and functional. Yet to the in-between, is it not essential, although consists of nothing? The fabric of space-time is only consisting for what is by what is not. Flow is water, fill the space. If nothing is there, embrace the emptiness. Crash like stone against the abrasive bounds of nothing's rounds. All right, yeah, all right. So I got tingly reading it. Yeah. So that was it. All right, that was like after the talk last night. We had good times, and I don't know, these words just kept coming to me. It came out, and I was like, my Monday musings, So, yeah, the Taoist belief of the importance of no thing, right? If you master nothing, you gain everything. If you are able to appreciate emptiness, it will be full to the brim. Like this empty room, right? Is it empty or is it filled with love, happiness, and, peace and clarity? Is it, you know, if it is empty, the ting reverberates and it fills the emptiness. And now this emptiness is now frequency and it's vibrational goodness, right? So things to think about, like even our body, the empty spaces. If we didn't have those empty spaces, oh hell, yeah, how would we hear if there was not emptiness for sound to reverberate off of? How would we eat if our mouths were full? You know, it's oof, yeah, good stuff. Oh man, Rugops, I appreciate you too, bro. Hmm. No, I'm actually not Brit. Are you asking me, Daniel? Because no, I'm from the States. Empty spaces. I would listen to songs, but I got that copyright strike for playing a whole song that one time. You know, at one time I was playing Bandcamp, and copyright community guidelines. So back to that last card, the spirit of place, right? That's why I liked it. That was like the perfect card for that unexpected help. When we walk into a room, especially empaths, especially highly sensitive people, or uh, ascended people, or intuned people, I don't like the differentiation. You know, we're all beings, and every individual being is able to feel and pick up things from other beings. If it's a rock, well, that rock is named George, damn it, and George is a badass. Best rock I know. I actually do have a pebble. Marge was in here earlier. I don't know if she's still here, but she did a video the other day. She has a brick. And I was like, I have a pebble. I never named a pebble, I don't think. May have. I don't remember. But I had to keep that pebble for a long, long time. Yes. Deep butts. Those dudes got their bolts tight. A little too tight. Mm-mm. Oh, happy birthday. That's amazing. I'm glad you're here. Happy birthday. All right. George the Rock, yes. So, everyone, let's give Jody a moment so that we can appreciate her being and continuance of being. There we go. Happy birthday, Jody. I'm glad there could be some guidance from the divination. Now, it's not me. It's perception, right? And I'm just interpreting it best I can. So, all right. Anyways, happy birthday. Yeah, don't want to dilute that. Happy birthday. So our sense of worth, right? I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place. Y'all should be used to this by now. I don't know how to keep my mind straight. It's too frazzled. Ah, I lost my pages. No. Technically, Rugops is right. They're living in the future. It's tomorrow. Now, is your today the tomorrow that yesterday dreamed of? Or is your today really just tomorrow's yesterday inculcated in greater means? It's already an awesome day. It's a beautiful day. So yeah, as we, I don't want to use the word dictate either, but as we high to the past, yes, as we are in the sense of being or in present moments, and we want something to be worthy, right? What is worthiness? Looking past a sense of being and in the present, being here, being now, utilizing that mental construct of worthiness lets you or tricks your being into thinking of a more like physical realm of gain or I'm having hard words from finding this one. Um, so like, yeah, if we sit here and try to assign worth, we are no longer allowing ourselves the present moment in the sense of being harmonious. Because when we assign worth, what we're doing is discriminating creation. There we go. And by that, what I mean is that we are putting ourselves as far away from source as we can be in a present moment by means of dictating what is what or who was what, how is what, all these things, right? All is as it should be. That like that one quote, or not quote, but thing in the writing, when the fabric of space time is only consisting for what is by what is not, there cannot be space time without the nothing and something, right? So if we apply worth to something, then nothing must be worth as well. And that goes into my little bit of spiel last night with, that scene from Kingdom of Heaven where the taking of Jerusalem, and hundreds or thousands and thousands of lives were lost in just a all out bloody struggle. And both sides had the moral high ground, like, oh, they took it from us. Well, we took it from them. They took it back from us. And all this. I mean, it's like life in that sense. It is the duty of a knight to protect. Yes, perfect. Dang, I love it. Nothing is the potential for everything. Boom. All right. First, there was nothing. Then there was the Word. And from the Word came God. And God said, let there be light. Where did it start? With nothing, right? So, boom. Hey, all right. We got to stop with, we're not getting into the quantum physics of things today. I don't want to. We're going to be here all night. I'll never get a point across. I'll just have fun. I'll be rambling and I'll be talking out my ass. All right. So, but yeah, the importance of worth is that, that reverse talisman and that reverse golden palace. And like in our present moment, having to seek those familiar patterns or those familiar staples in life, like, oh, I did this 10 years ago and it really boosted my, it boosted my ego. And if I, or, ooh, here's a perfect one. If I get back to like my high school body, I was ripped when I was on the football team. You know, that, why is that worthy of effort and strain for a physical gain that honestly turns into a not profitable outcome when it comes from the wrong place? Not saying, I mean, physical health is just as important as mental and emotional health and spiritual health, right? All four coalesce just like the elements, and then we move into spirit, and with that, I mean, just all right. So, anyways, kind of jumping around a little bit. So we have that, and Taoism, yeah. All right, so when we move forward, um, trusting that light body, trusting that inner divinity to source, because it's been given to us, why should we not be worthy of being touched by God, right? So if we are of creation, within creation, does that not mean we are worthy of that creation? I mean, right? It almost would seem uh, not common sense, but in a way that's like the I don't know. Yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. Rugups, I changed it to Muddled Mondays. I like it. I like it. Yeet. Sorry, 1 second, folks. Ooh. Mm, yeah. Mm, mm, cool. Muddled Mondays. I like it. That goes to Rugups for the idea. So yeah, it is in the sense of, the Tao, having that recognition that all is as it should be, and it is because it is. That is the Tao. That is God manifested in everything that is presented before us. So if God is manifested in every essence of creation, is he not also manifested in us, in each individual consciousness? Right? So that allows for us to be emboldened, I would say. That would be our security. We don't have to rely on systems to provide, or, like what happens, if the world does just go to shit and everything collapses, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm going forward, and that gets me back on like the conversation I had last night with the old buddy, and he was saying like, the path forward is, um, I can't remember exactly how he said it, but my answer was the path forward is forward, right? Why take a left when you got to go that way? Why take a right when you got to go that way, you know? One foot in front of the other. The path forward is foot by foot. And I've talked about this before. I ran track back in school, and I had a very, very poor running form. Unless like like in my sprints or whatever, I was better at sprinting in form than I was long distance. Long distance, I'm just going right forward, and these were like really good times for me to, check out up here, because I'd let my mind wander. Hell, I would travel while I was running. I was like, if my body's moving, I'm gonna let my mind move too. So I would travel, y'all know me. I've been weird all my life, so. But the way I kept moving forward was I run like this. The reason why is because I'd watch my feet. You know, the old The Knight's Tale show. How do I know my way home? Follow your feet. Perfect. Where are we? I'm here. Be here. Be now. Where are you going? Forward. Following my feet. I have nowhere to be besides here, and from here I will go there. And all in this, one step at a time, right? I don't know. Beautiful things. So what that in the same sense, what is one stride worth on the climb of Everest? That's progress. Isn't progress not a boon of worthiness to a goal? Because hell, I mean, I've had ideas stapled up on my board that just sit there, no progress. What are they worth? Well, they're ideas. They inspire me. They either allow me to draw different tangents or whatever. I showed y'all some of my little sketches I've done for characters in my book. They're terrible. Progress. They allow me for ideas. They mold me. Am I ever truly lost? Oh, dude, I get lost all the time. And happenstance and presence, because usually I'm checked out or something, man. I can get lost on a straight road, but define lost, because to answer your question, no, I'm right where I need to be. I love it. My favorite quote from all of Lord of the Rings is, "A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely as he means to." And that is my life. I am that I am. I like saying that. I move forward just as I'm supposed to, one step at a time. I'm present. Sometimes, I worry about the past or stress about the future. See, like when we live in the past, we live in guilt, regret, and worry. When we live in the future, we live in anxiety, fear, and condemnation, right? And the easiest way to break those shackles, that movement, be right here, be now, be present. And in that present, recognize that, oh, I don't need to worry about that. Oh, I don't need to stress about that, because I'm right here. Here I am, right? It's beautiful things. It really is. And as we progress into further happenings, I'm not going to call it future or whatever. I mean, it's further happenings. It's not happening to me. It's happening. I just happen to be here. That's a lot of happens, right? Happenstance. I like that word too, happenstance. It doesn't hold the same tone and energy that, it's the circumstances. What circumstances? I don't see anything around you, right? It's a beautiful thing. I like it. It's a beautiful thing. So another thing with the Taoism, right? Speaking on worth. A man that works. He does what he was told by his religious dogma to do. I work and till the fields, and I scrape and bone and fight, and boom, suddenly I'm dead, and all this material gain that I have is what? What is it worth? To a man that does nothing, he has everything to gain. But a man who strives for everything ends up with nothing, right? Are those two really different? Is my question. Mainly the reason why I say that is because when we think of a difference between everything and nothing, we are drawing a line between creation. And that goes back to also another topic from yesterday. Like, what is spirituality and what is not? Well, that's that line. What is morality? What is the difference between good and evil? It is not choice, it is the line of existence. We all have the capacity to fall on either line, to choose this polarity and that polarity. What happens when we walk the line, between polarities? Like, I don't mean being a fence sitter. I mean being genuine. Like, that unexpected help, spirit of place. Allow your spirit to embolden the place. All right, think about that for a second. It was our last card, spirit of place. And that means all place, all space has spirit, has essence. The wood that dresser's made from. Two cats back there. They're badass. They got some spirit. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Talking about y'all. Anyways, so spirit. So allow your spirit to embolden the place. When you go to the grocery store or whatever, be humble, be grateful, be kind. That's being genuine. That's walking. That's what I would call that narrow way. Narrow is the way. Yeah. If you're constantly worried about this, that, left, right, up, down, whatever, right? So, what happens when you just go forward? Be genuine, be authentic, right? I'm glad you said that too, Jody, in the chat. If you rush to a destination, you miss all wonders of the journey. And I've talked about the old Zen story of the man that wishes to climb to a mountain peak, and he never allows himself to take the journey. He instead learns of the journey through vicarious observation. Like, this traveler here, how was your journey? This traveler there, how was your journey? This learned one, what is the journey you took? And in all these questions of seeking answers from others, we then create obstacles that are not there. And that mountain becomes something that is an overwhelming force that we just can't climb, right? And it's not like that. If you dissuade yourself from all vicarious interpretations, or it's good to gain perspective, right? But you can get perspective by moving forward in the passing. You know, if it's the way is straight and you come across a fellow traveler and it's like, hey, why are you turning around going back? And he's like, well, shit, it's raining over there. And you're like, no, I don't feel like getting wet. You take a right or take a left. And you're sitting there and you're like, oh, shit. I took a right. I ended up in a briar patch and it plucked me to death. I was picking thorns out my ass for months. If I went left, it ended up being an endless ocean that was saltier than the Red Sea, and it burned like hell. So I didn't touch it. I didn't even put my toes in it. I just could taste the salt in the air, right? Oh, hell. Could have kept going straight. Rain passes, right? Put that umbrella up. Or enjoy the rain. Let it rain. That was a Shaolin monk, Master Jinhom, Jihom, I think. I butchered the name. I posted it a while back on one of my videos, but he basically interprets it, and his philosophy on it is let it rain. It's recognize, accept, investigate, and non-identify. And it's in all life obstacles. You know, we recognize that, hey, we've let this be an obstacle. That would go along with our, our present card, the reverse talisman, recognizing those past familiarities and patterns that shackled us before, right? Accept it for what it is. That was something that is no longer for my highest good. That will not lead to the benefit of my soul. Investigate why. Like, what is it that spurs this? Why has this come about again? And then non-identify. I trust in the source. I trust in the guidance of my soul and of my higher self. I am looking forward to emboldening my spirit and be emboldened by the spirit of the place that surrounds me. Non-identify with the hazard or the pattern or the obstacle. That is no longer this being. That may have been the past that was shackled me, but that is no longer this journey, right? Some people get wet when others feel the rain. Bob Marley. I like that. Yes. So, what's funny about that? I don't like getting wet. But I will play in the rain. But I don't like getting wet. When it's just like drizzling and stuff, I start to use my auric field and I'll be like Mr. Sulu, shields up, Star Trek reference. And yeah, I don't like getting rained on. I don't like getting wet. I'll play in the rain. Because it's nourishing. Water is pure. Water is good. Why? Be like water. Flow easily, without contentment, without judgment. You flow. You nourish all things. All things need water. And it nourishes freely, right? Then we have the sense of gain, either by the happenstance, I'm gonna change up something real quick. There we go. Cool. Loom season. In the rain. Loom. Yeah. See, I like getting out in the mud. Now, where I live, there's a lot of mud. There's more mud than anything else. I live in a mud bowl, and you know, I've heard a lot like it's just mud. Tell you, yeah, best thing ever. It was like winter wonderland this morning. It was beautiful. I loved it. All right, so when I tell you I live in a mud bowl, I live in a mud bowl, and everything outside our little mud bowl can get snow. Well, we got some snow last night, and while I was at work, it was snowing. While I was on the chat with y'all, and then come this morning, it was thick, it was fluffy, it was good snow, and it was the best thing ever. We made a little snowman. His name was I named him. What? I don't remember what. I don't remember what I named our snowman. I feel so bad. Sadness. It makes me upset. Sad. Moo. What we named the thingy? Look at me like that. I'm getting looked at. Uh, hmm. It was like Boone Rees. Boone. I don't know. I always name things. Yeah. So I don't remember its name. I feel really sad about that now. So yeah. All right. So yeah. Or Sorry. Mm. Mm. Yeah. 1 second. Hey, yeah, he does mine. I gave him jacked up eyes, a bowl hat, crooked smile, and my lady put some jewelry on him. He minds. He was there. Pretty sure he's melted now. But yeah, it's all gone by like lunchtime. Sad. But I liked it. I threw a bunch of snowballs. I had a good time. It was beautiful. And it was really fun because, like I said, it doesn't snow like that around here. Like, I think I've played in the snow maybe 5 times in my entire life, and it's always around like this time. Between now and like March is when we get snow, and it's like, what the hell? It's the weirdest shit. Weather here doesn't act right. It 4 seasons in a day. So yeah. See what you did there, though. Don't be sad. I've doing holding the thing that I'm doing it with. Like, I allow my mind to wander so much that I forget what the hell I'm wondering about. So don't worry about that. I mean, you know, I so Alan Watts would call me a problem child because I don't. My mind's, always ticking. It's 18 trains, and I'm conducting all of them. However, I use that as a boon to myself because when I notice that no, I'm not surrounded by hills. It's just we live in a bowl. Well, um, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep my channel going. Like a lot of people don't like this outlet. Yeah, it's snows like bolsus. It doesn't like people where I live in a bowl. Yeah, yeah. Tricky to answer your question. It's man, I'm here. You know, I, any kind of profitable gain I would like to have from this channel would just be, like I said, a little bit of guidance for folks that need it, if they need it. And none of this is supposed to be like a one-off thing. Like, hell, y'all go back and watch some of the old things. What's cool is actually go back and look at some of the conversations we've had, and either how we've expanded on those, or you can tell when there's like those aha moments. I'd call them the woulda, shoulda, coulda moments. Should have had a V8, but bam, things that just, like, damn, it all coalesce back into the very next 2 steps you're taking. So it's wild. 1 second though, yeah, the coffee's working. I need to use the restroom. But I'll still be here, Tricky. You know, I'm writing. Part of my writing is in my passion, which is like fantasy, and and telling realism in a fantasy-esque. It's the other M. Well, there's like 2, 3 other M's, but no, I'm in the South, Jody. Whatchamacallit? I like turning our realism and the things that happen and our perception into a fanciful or fanciful, the fantasy word, but phantasma. I don't know. There's a word for it. Makes it sound cool, but yeah. So I'm a big sword and sorcery buff. I don't know if y'all can tell. I got my D&D shirt on today, and from what I've learned of being a game master is that we are never prepared for the wildest of outcomes. When left to own devices, we stray, right? But it's in that straying that allows for serendipity too. It's the simplicity allows serendipity, kind of like from the writing. You have this sense of, it is as it should be. Just because me as like a game master has a idea or a set scope that I would like for a campaign to go, or even a one shoot, Side tangent. Before I made this channel, I was like this close to making a D&D channel. Like, still might. I hadn't decided on it yet. Tricky, I might do that. Make everybody roll the dice. You know, you want guidance? Roll for it. Roll the one. Hope you have a dexterity modifier. So, but yeah. All right. No matter what happens, even if you have like this whole tight knit narrative structure to a campaign, it's the smallest, it's the simplest things, the little nuances that go outside your realm of structure that we then have to basically let it progress, you know, because it is, yes, creation is whatchamacallit. Oh man, dude, it'd be fun as hell. So yeah, but I'll get your question in just a second. I have some thoughts on that, but let me be right back. All right. Hmm. Yeah. So whatchamacallit, with over yonder and what we got going on now, the whole aspect of what we would call like the WW3 thing is what's happening like right now. Like over this last year, what's been playing out, it is the what I would say the breakdown of social construct and systems. Gotcha. So like when we that's not something that we'd have to worry about, like expectations. You know, I don't. You weren't here earlier for the terror drawing. It's well, even them tricky too. Like the Golden Palace reversed. It's our false sense of security and means of potential worth and stability that is the hindrance, or not the hindrance, but it's those expectations that we have of security, of gain or protection, stuff like that in the coming future, that is something that we shouldn't worry about. And I'm not saying not worry and don't be prepared for whatever. Allow yourself to be prepared. However, in your preparation, conserve your energy and remember to be present, be mindful, and be at peace with where you are. Like, that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So, yes. Um, hmm. second. Mm-hmm. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Of course, of course. Sorry that yeah. Uh, yeah, you're very welcome there now. I hope it kind of helps in the sense like that being present, be here, be now, that mentality, that Taoism, embracing everything within nothing, these are all stepping stones. These are the pinnacle beliefs that we should inculcate in our day-to-day processes, you know. So yeah, it is. It's there. The rise of Babylon is falling now, and we're getting into a new system where we are fulfilling our sole purpose as a collective, as a planet, as a realm. We are stepping into that Christ-like consciousness, that unconditional heart space, that good love, where I've talked about it several times, where this ticker and this ticker work in harmonious fashion, and as they it radiates. Yeah. Ooh, and it's wild that you said this too. Like, it's wild that y'all bring this up because I've had dream talks with folks, and there's been a lot of folks dreaming of the bad juju that's going on. Like, the bad juju's been assaulting people in dreams, and because that was like their go-to method of indoctrinating their will or incepting their ideals, or even trying to manifest a greater sense of ego within people so they can control them, right? And I've seen and felt a lot more of that happening lately, and that I've talked to people, and they'll tell me their dreams, and I'm like, oh, wow, dude, they're really pushing it, and it's the cornered wolf, it's still dangerous. Yet the bear, the weight that we have borne, the weight that we have bared, we are lifting it. We are no longer Atlas, and that weight is now falling back on the shoulders of Babylon, and they have nothing to support themselves because they are not in the light, they are not in the source, they are negatively polarized. And you know what? And it's not for us to fight them, they've already caused their downfall. It is for us to forgive and be grateful. That way, when they do reincarnate, they come into a place, into being, where they are shown nothing but love, right? That's where we as society, as a people, as human race, become activated into the rest of the universe. As a species, we radiate that love, that light, and that peace, that harmony. And the best thing about it is, many times I've been asked, like, how is it that I can talk about different things, different beliefs like this, and say I'm close to God, or how can I, y'all have heard me speak on the whole Christianity thing and whatnot. I was raised Baptist. Anything on this channel, hell, would get me tossed from a church, and I've even spoke to my pastor about this once or twice. Here's the thing, it's that radiance of love, harmony, and peace. And how can I talk on this and still say I have faith in God? Because I walk with God. God's with me, There's not a day I don't go out into this world and I do not see, feel, hear, speak to the Lord. Marge isn't here anymore. I don't think she got off, and but third eye activated. She called God good, orderly direction. And I love that. It's a beautiful way of putting it, because good, orderly direction. Head that way, for that is the way. Be good. Yes, it was perception, and man wrote the book, but also man tarnished the book. So here, let it be one. Come in from here and from the earth. It's that vortex. Infinity is inculcated inside of this, just as this is of infinity. It's a beautiful thing. Consciousness. It's good stuff. I love y'all, by the way. I hadn't said it yet tonight, but yeah, I love y'all. He died from persecution, but he died as a symbol that, of what we can achieve, what we can be a part of, what we can manifest. I love it, Tree. That's a good one. Be good. If you can't be good, be brilliant. Through your brilliance, good will be proffered. Hey. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. I think I have one splash left of coffee, and then we'll come back, and I'll end this out with some meditation, okay? So y'all give me just a second. Oh, sadness. I lied. This is the last bit, but hey, I'm grateful for the last bit. Yeah. The world does need more love. And it starts by loving yourself. And it's not a self-serving love. It's not like, oh, I'm going to do this so I can become rich and famous, or I'm going to do this so I can be powerful. No, that's a self-serving path. That's not the path we want. What we want is a self-love that makes us harmonious and unconditionally loving to all others. It's bringing your spirit into the place instead of letting the place affect your spirit. Spirit of place, right? Yeah. See, and that's what I love about doing the card draws. They allow for interpretation, but they also is like this underlined brilliance to things. That's a good way of putting it. I don't know. Y'all are here, so isn't it great? Like, most of this talk, it can go back to the cards, and it's not because I drew those cards that we were having this talk. No, that this was part of last night and moving forward into today. It's a beautiful thing. Ding. Drake, you got me saying that now. It's gonna be a thing. It's a beautiful thing, and every time it's a thing. I love y'all. Oh, man. Hopes, what's up? What's up? It is a beautiful thing. Ah, sup, sup. How is the Emerald Isle? Eat. Ah, yeah. So, um, hmm. Ah, so I talked about my writings, but in my book, I don't know if everybody saw it in the chat, but I did have a little excerpt that I shared, and I think it's cool because this is one of those like little, you know, uh, little kind of prophetic things that came about. Um, so this is an excerpt from later on in book one. It's a white effigy burst forth in the mind's eye of the man. An angelic voice bodes. Two halves made whole, through hearts sundered bear the toll. Unto dawn's waking shall be blood and quaking. The ethereal bonds of old shall beget the legends foretold. Walk with wonder, and be not afraid to blunder. Ye path lies in wait from ancient and forgotten wrath. Pray thee find, brothers bind, that which hath been bestowed by long awaited divine. Alright, so it's, I write like that, but it's also, that's kind of how muses come to me to it. I don't know, it just, I love writing. It is a passion of mine, and that is something that I'm doing and feeling in my soul is to write, and I have stories to tell. It's purpose to it, and I like it. So yeah, I got it's a little tidbit that y'all get to have. Special teaser, woot. Oh, so I know it's getting late for you fellas across the pond. I appreciate it. Yeah, let us embrace the beautiful thing, and let that beautiful thing bring us back to center. All right, so y'all know me. It's been a little while since we've done this, but this isn't all just for us either. It's gonna be for everyone and anyone. So I want you to plant your feet. Just if you can be barefoot, better. If it's sunshiny outside, put your feet in the grass. If you got a patch of dirt, put your feet in the dirt. Being barefoot outside is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Yes. That's gonna be a thing. Ah, oh god, that's terrible. It's gonna be a thing. Every time. It's a beautiful thing. Yay. We're gonna ding it. We're gonna ting it. So, yes. Nice. Glad to hear it, host. Glad to hear it. You came in at the precise time, you Gandalf wizard. Precisely as you mean to. We're about to embrace the beautiful thing. And all we have to do is breathe. And that's the beauty of it, really. Just breathing. So let's get ourselves centered, all right? Good breaths. Conscious breaths. Natural and spontaneous. The beauty of meditation is not to think of nothing. Thoughts come from nothing, right? And then thoughts are everything that's going on inside the head, all the chatter in our skull. Allow ourselves to dispense with thought. All we do is breathe. Nice, fluid, natural breathing. Allowing conscious, controlled breathing. And as we breathe, we have our feet planted in the earth. Sprout roots, nourished by the earth's energy, nourishing your foundation, giving life to your feet. All we're doing is breathing. And as that nourishment flows from our feet up through our body, open your hands, palms up, breathing, just natural, calm, collected breathing. And as we have our palms up, pull in the energy from the universe with each of those breaths. Energy from the earth, energy from the cosmos. And as we have our palms up, I want you to swirl your palms around your torso as if you're pulling in the energy from the cosmos and the energy up from the earth. And what we're doing with that is we're revitalizing our being, our self, coming one with all that there is. And all we're doing is breathing. It's a beautiful thing. Just breathing. And as we pull this in by circulating our hands with open palms, allow your hands to face one another, top, bottom, side to side, either way, palms inward. Still breathing, natural, calm, and conscious. And let's mold that energy between our hands in this beautiful, loving, harmonious light that radiates from within and without. It's a beautiful thing. And as we breathe, mold it even more. With each breath, emboldening that light, that love, that peace, that clarity. As you hold this ball of light, say a prayer. Let it be a blessing and a boon, not only to yourself, but all those you care for, acquaintances that you've yet to meet, perfect strangers, the world as a whole. And all we're doing is breathing, putting our love and light into this ball of gathered energy from all around and from within. And as we do so, with the smallest of breaths, we give it the most bountiful life. And as we say our prayers and pass on our blessings and ask for blessings to be received, place your hands together and feel that warmth, feel that love, feel that light, and send it out into the universe. Send it to the Lord. Send it to all those you are connected to. For it is in this love, light, peace, and clarity that we find harmony and a greater sense of being. Still breathing, calm, collected, and beautiful. I want you to take 3 deep breaths for every ding. And as we do, come back center, come back full, come back harmonized, come back filled with that love, that light, that peace, and that clarity. One last deep breath. Let's stretch our arms to the heavens above and bring it back down. stretch it out and wide around us, and bring it up and pass it on. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And with that, I want to tell y'all I love you. And that I'm grateful. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. I'm blessed to have a community that is open-minded and is full of love. Not only to receive love, but to give love. And that's the best thing. It's not about the love that we receive, but it's about the love that we can give and have no expectations from it. And that's what I like to see, because that's the community that we grow and put forth, is that unconditional love. By unconditional, there's no need to have expectations. It's those expectations that start to get us back in those old patterns, right? No, just be here, be now, and be in that love. It's a beautiful thing. Yes, beautiful thing. It's good stuff, y'all. There's always room for a ting. Yes. Put one ting over there, and another ting over there. Alrighty, y'all. I'm gonna kind of close it out a little bit. We keep the chat going. If there's any questions or any things that y'all would like to discuss before we close, by all means, let me know. Oh man, it's so gonna stick. It's like, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, it's like, I can't help myself now. You done it, Tricky. You done it. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, beautiful thing. A thing over there, and a thing over there, and another thing. It's great. It's great. It's great. Yeah. So I'll just be in that heart space, be in that love, you know. With that, I will put on a link. What y'all giggling about? I want to know now. What you giggling about? What you giggling about? Hey, what you giggling about? I saw Amelia popped in real quick. That's my lovely lady. She came in to say hey. It's good to see her. She doesn't always come in, but when she does, it's always a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Yes. I love it. Tricky, you done it. You done it. You done it. Yep. Throw up the Discord chat as Well, real quick, let me type it out. A beautiful thing indeed. Yes. Become another person. Become another person. Ah, man, see that? Man, my head's like, told you, I'm silly and stupid. Beautiful thing. I'm starting to think of Master of Disguise. I'm gonna be a Master of Disguise. I'm gonna be a Master of Disguise. That's a beautiful thing. Yes. It's fun. It's gonna be a thing. Nice. It is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Yes. And I love that too. Like, y'all thank Amelia for the ting, because she's the one that gifted it to me. She's great. And yeah, she gave me the beautiful ting. Now we have tings everywhere. Well, y'all stay safe over in Australia, Luna. Um, yes, blessings to you. Much love. You do one now? I can do one before we leave. Yeah. Um. Now, for hmm, 3. Ooh, let's see. MMS treatment. Yes, yes. Thank you, Amelia. It's a beautiful thing. With thanks for the thing. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah. I don't think I have hoax. What's it in reference to? Hmm. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. So yeah. Mm, mm. It will be a global thing. It's a beautiful thing. Yes. Uh, um. All right. So 3. Now, Sarah, for 3 question. Yeah. See, host. That's what I was wondering as well. What does the MMS stand for? Because in acronyms, I can think of a few things that it is. Uh, I'll try, but she's more hard headed than I am. She's stubborn, which is perfect because she has to put up with me all the time. One day I'll get her on. She makes guest appearances, more like a wave. It's a beautiful thing. Just think every time I hit the ting, it's Amelia saying hey. Because, yeah, the beauty and the resonance of that sound is spot on how awesome she is. Just in, if she was inculcated in a sound, it would be a beautiful thing. Yes, yes. All right, so getting them ready, Sarah. As we go, we can leave with a with a reading, and I will get back to you on the email as well. Yeah, she's gonna love the thing. If she doesn't already, she's been in. She pops in a little bit. I'm not sure if she's still here or not. All right. Good question, Sarah. I like it. So the question is, what does God want me to focus on right now? I could actually shuffle these things. Oop. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Oop, oop, oop. All right. I'm just gonna do a left to right. Got all. Ooh. Hey, whoop, er, There we go. All right, so now, sir, this is a kind of like a generic draw. It's gonna be left to right, past, present, future, and oh wow. Like I said, you're gonna have to give me just a little bit of warm up because. All right. So your first card was the Bone Collector. It is reversed. Yeah, and it was reversed. Now the Bone Collector is it's like it symbolizes you're whole and have everything you need within. So God's presence within your life, right? All right. So for the past has a way of repeating itself when you haven't learned the lessons inherent in the original situation. So you're faced with this now. The Bone Collector is here to challenge you to see yourself as a whole being and not one who is perpetually trying to heal an old wound. So, Sarah, like for your past card being the reverse Bone Collector, it is a sense that you did fall into patterns, or kind of like earlier with the previous drawing, in your present becomes your past. Like it is a recycling of patterns, right? That would be the challenge through your past. So moving towards your present is spirit of place. It's reversed this time, okay? All right, so for your present, just as the past, there was either a cycle or a relapse of a situation until you learn the lesson. Your present is a reverse spirit of place, authenticity, right? So don't be entangled by the desires or your need to find the specific details that obscure the greater truth, right? Step back and kind of ask yourself, what is it? What is the real nature of the questions that I ask here in the present, right? So, in that same sense, like when you are asking the Lord for what to focus on right now, focus on now. Focus on being that present, being authentic in who you are. You know, like we'll talk about it over the email conversation, but much like your dream, you're exactly where you need to be. You are enveloped with the Lord. You're enveloped with His love, and you radiate that same. Okay, and it's a reverse compass card for your future, and this one's going to be a good one too. As a compass card, it is as long as you orient your compass to true north, the direction of your higher power, you will never be lost. All right. So reversed towards your future. What is your higher power? It's God, right? Being in that faith, in that love, and in that relationship to God. So whatever you focus on becomes your higher power. So worrying about insecurities or worrying about materialism, all this, it starts to get you away from true north. It gets you away from God's path, right? So for your reading, it is the bone collector, in that the challenges of the past that have repeated themselves only emboldens you in that righteous path and that righteous flow that you have to the Lord. And in your present, you are seeking what you should focus on, and just merely focus on being present and being with the Lord and Him with you, right? And for your future, if you focus or if you strive for true north, then true north will become where you are. And see, this is actually a really good drawing because it's telling you the same thing. It might, I don't want it to seem like it's kind of like a pushed off to the side. It's exactly how they laid. The challenges that have repeated themselves through your past have only reaffirmed your faith and the power of God and how that impacts your life. And now, being present and focusing on that love and that peace that is given by God and His grace when we live that godly life, there's nothing better than that, right? And as we go forward into the future, keeping our compass, our moral compass, our spiritual compass to true north, to that path of God. And what it is merely being right with Him, being right with Him and ourselves, and being right with ourselves. Forgiveness goes both ways, okay? Asking forgiveness from Him, but also forgiving yourself. If He can forgive us, why can we not forgive, right? So, in that sense, the challenges that you faced have reaffirmed your faith and made your faith even that much stronger. And in your present, you want focus, you want direction. Be present, be humble, and be grateful. And as you go into the future, keep that humility, keep that faith, and walk that path with the Lord. And honestly, I really think he's trying to tell you that he loves you, and as you go forward, he's with you. Just like the story I sent you, I'm sorry I haven't got to the email yet, but the story I sent you with the man that was a very devout follower, and he dies and he goes and he said, Lord, you blessed me with much. But as I look back on my life and all my blessings and all my righteousness, there was 2 pairs of footsteps. However, when I was down, when life was just filled with strife and I lost my way, there was only 1 pair of footprints. Why did you leave me in my time of need? And the Lord looks to his disciple, his loving son, and said, in the times where life got to be too much for you to bear, I carried you until you regained the strength to walk by my side once more. And the man fell to his knees in gratitude and asked forgiveness for his, strikeout or questioning. And that's fine. It's okay to question, because if we don't question our faith, how can we know it is sound, right? So I think you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, Sarah. I really do. And I think the Lord's trying to tell you that keep your faith. Be true to yourself. Be true to others. Be authentic. Be genuine, right? I'm not here for the views, brother. I'm just here. I'm here. You know, I can be what I need to be. I'm being here. So, yeah. I haven't heard much about it, Daniel, with the MMS thing. Um, but yeah, I would say that probably is something that will be like a quick fix. Yes, yes. Now, Daniel, you wanted one? We can do some more. I like this. I'm here. You know, I got like 2 sips of coffee left, and it's a beautiful thing. Yeah. So, sir, I hope that gave you some kind of insight. Like I said, I really think the Lord's just trying to tell you your faith in Him is rewarded by His love and His grace. You're exactly where you need to be, and as you move forward, just keep that love, keep that genuine sense of knowing that the Lord is with you. And that's what gets me through the day a lot. There's a lady in my HR department. Every time she sees me, she's like, "Are you ministering yet?" I always ask her. I used to ask, like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "You got the Lord with you. You should minister." And I'm like, "Well, and then I've noticed every time since, yes, ma'am, I am." She's like, "Good," because anytime I meet someone, I see they're down. Hey, God bless you. And He does. He loves you, right? It doesn't take a pulpit. It doesn't take a YouTube channel. It just takes a genuine sense of, nah, you don't have to build faith. You have faith, right? It's authentic faith. They're asking you to build your faith, and they're wanting you to build the structures of the temple. No, the temple is everything out there in creation, right? So, um, Daniel, boom. Oh, little change in the background. I like it. It's a beautiful thing. Love it, love it. Mm. Go for. All right, so Untold. All right, I'll leave your question as it is. All right. ETs? Oh yes. I've yeah yeah. Luna, most of the folks in the chat will yeah. Rugops especially. I know Tricky as well. Yeah. This is a channel for all sorts of beliefs because it is in our beliefs that secret. Mm, yes, secret. Jamie. Mm. Huh? I might be lost now. But all right, Daniel. So 4, right? Let me reshuffle a little bit. What of humanity is to be untold? Now, untold as in kept from us, or as in revealed? Yeah, so like that's Stephen Greer's a good guy. He's got some knowledge to him. Luna, do you know about Philip Schneider? Oh, Mr. Schneider. If you're from Australia, you should know what was God, the Marie lady. She's got a beautiful voice. But yeah, she has a Philip Schneider song. I can't remember her name. Sad. Talked to her twice and poof. Daniel, clarify, please, sir. Before I draw these cards. Well, I'll go ahead and draw the cards. I love it. I love it. Love it. We've had many conversations. Both and neither's kind. All right. You don't have to explain. I got you because the draw will let you know. All right. So the way I do this is in a diamond formation for a 4. Okay. So left, top, right, bottom. And the way it's gonna go. There we go. Well, not Linda. Yeah, Linda's cool. But no, it's the Australian lady that was on the Good Lion show. Finish last sip of coffee. Beautiful thing. Yes. All right. So, Daniel, are you ready, my friend? The first card, which is for a diamond formation like this, it's going to be our reality, right? And it's going to go reality from the left, our expectations, our hindrance, and unexpected help, okay? So for our reality, we have the sacred pool. The world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Embody the love you wish to see in the world. When you look into a mirror, do you like what you see? The sacred pool asks that you focus on self-love and self-esteem. We are all works in progress, so a detached self-examination made with rigorous honesty is called for now. And is that not perfect for the reality that we're in? We all need that introspection. The world as a whole needs to look in the mirror, look into that sacred pool, and realize that everything that we see out there is a reflection of what we wish not to see in ourselves. And that right there is ascension, people. All right. So, as we interpret our reality, it's merely the reflection. We know that, right? All right. So, moving up to our expectations of what's to come. Strength card. I love it. I love it. See, look, I'm not doing this. Y'all are doing it. I'm just interpreting. This is beautiful. Your true strength comes not from self-reliance alone, but a sincere faith in the higher power. Boom. All right. So, our expectations. We like to think we can shoulder the world, right? You know, I was saying that we are the Atlas. Oh, we're gonna boost up. So, oh man. All right. The strength to accomplish even the most daunting task is yours at this time. We can connect and channel the divine source and allow it to strength. So that will be our expectations, right? So like in reality, we live in this sacred pool. We are the ocean and the drop. Boom. See, Rugas. I told you, brother. It's not me. It's you. All right. So as we expect with this ascension, right, we're going to gain the strength of being connected to that divine source, that channeling. And as a whole, that's what we should, right? Ooh, oh yeah. All right, so it's a reverse education card. That's going to be our hindrance for all of this. Oh, it's beautiful. I love how this is coming together. You got a good one. Got a good one, Daniel. I love it. Life is filled with lessons. Be teachable. That's basically the essence of the education card. So, what are hindrance into looking at this reflection and gaining that divine strength? It is a beautiful thing. Yes. Our hindrance becomes our stubbornness. The desire to know it all and be right no matter what. Right? I mean, how often do you see this? Oh, Q's this, or it's happening this date, or if I don't have 1,000 followers by this, such and such is wrong, you know? That's our hindrance. That's our ego saying that we must be right. We must do this. This is how it will be, right? It's our stubbornness. That's the hindrance that we have to seeing the reflection in that sacred pool and to gaining that divine strength, that channeled essence, right? And then finally, for our unexpected help, we have Ghost Lands. I haven't drawn that one before. It's a pretty card too. I don't know if y'all have seen some of the artwork, but like the artwork, it's beautiful artwork on these cards. And this deck, like, man, it jumped out at me when I got it. So, and every time I've drawn something, it's just, man, it's perfect. Right? You know, it's not me, it's you. All right, so Ghostlands. You can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. Ah, serendipity, right? Whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing your footing. Remember? Follow your feet. For rarely do the present and future match up exactly on the enchanted map that is our life story. The future has no substance right now. It is a place that has no grounding as of yet. You can't live there, yet you can take measured steps toward a goal or dream. These steps are important now. The same goes for nostalgia. You can look into the past wistfully and remember beautiful moments, or revisit lessons learned. However, you can't live there, nor can you go back and change what was. Yesterday is gone forever. Live fully in the present. The now is the most powerful place to put your attention. Its magic reaches in every direction, further than the heart and soul can see. Ah, that's a beautiful thing. Thank you for a wonderful question, Daniel. I know we asked you to clarify, but we didn't need to. It has been clarified. Our reality is the sacred pool, and our expectations of what's to come is the strength and that divine channeling, the source being enveloped in all of us. The hindrance is our stubbornness to be teachable, our stubbornness to learn, to be molded by experience and the greater all and the sense of more, right? And then our unexpected help to come is the now. Venturing into the ghost lands of yonder yesterday or forever tomorrows, but being present here now will give us the greatest benefit and the most boon to our being. It's a beautiful layout. And look, I know y'all can't see me just flopping the cards out, but I promise you, I'm not doing it. You asked, I shuffled and interpreted. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's greatness. So, yeah, I mean, beautiful question, Daniel. Thank you. I hope it offers insight. No, tricky. The loss of internet. Eat. So, yeah. We are in the age of Aquarius, too. The pouring out. That's a thing. Yes. Yeah, so you're welcome. But yeah, we are moving into a new age, and that just means a greater sense of being. That doesn't mean it doesn't have to be a reset. It doesn't have to be whatever people are construed. We don't have to be right about it, right? You know, just like the stubbornness. Why do we have to be right about what's coming? Why do we have to, we use that strength to channel divine information and divine source. And, I can reach out and astral project and I can go talk to entities and things like that. And I can probably bring back information. I can channel information, right? At the same time, if I give that information or if I give that guidance, why do I have to be right? That's the stubbornness. That's the ego that we try to proffer by. Like, oh, my guidance and my wisdom is what you have to hear. Well, not necessarily. We live in the sacred pool. Every ripple, right? Every ripple is a monumental change and growth in the entirety of the pond, right? And each ripple causes a greater amount of strength. It's our stubbornness, our need to be right, that, we're living in a pool, so let's swim, right? That's good stuff. That was a cool draw. That was. Ah, Can I fight? No. Um, see, the reason why I say that, I don't mean to laugh that off either, Luna. The reason why I say no like that, because you're utilizing a gift or a channel trying to get a gain or something out of it like that. Um, Stuck in the mud we are. So like say someone astral travels or remote views the winning lotto numbers. You can't necessarily trust that, because what if it could be a different timeline? It could be a past winnings, or if it is a future winnings, what if it's one so far in the future that you won't be here to win it, and you constantly waste yourself away on that one inkling, right? So in that sense, is it possible? Yeah, sure. Is it profitable? I would say no, just because in my travels, when I seek something, it inflames that ego and that stubbornness, that education. That I consider myself to be an educated man, but what have I done with it? Right. So if you strive and you seek for that purpose, and then it's given, what do you do with it then? Do you utilize it for the betterment of everyone else, or do you utilize it just so you can have a one up or level up, or a what is worth? That goes back to the first of the conversation. you know Hell, if I had $1 million, you know what I'll do? Same thing I'm doing right now. I don't care. Money's irrelevant. It really is. I don't look at things in contrast of value. Everything is valuable. Sure, there's things that I don't feel like dealing with, or I might not be able to offer myself as much as I would like in any given situation. You know, the best I can do is wish happiness, abundance, and blessings to someone, and it'd be that's right. So, like Rugo says, if you wish to travel or astral travel and stuff like that, let it be for a harmonious purpose, not one of monetary gain or nefarious means, because it will come back and bite you a lot more quicker than our normal sense of karma. Because I'll just give a story. Back in a time when I was not I was enveloped by my shadow instead of conscious with my shadow. And there was a beautiful piece of artwork from DeviantArt about, I don't know, 12 years ago maybe, that, inculcated what I mean by enveloped of a shadow. It's because I when I traveled, I was sucked into my shadow. And I would be traveling in darkness. And it was terrifying, right? And there was one that, it was an entity that just latched on to me. And it took me a long time to realize that that's me. That's everything I've repressed. And it's become this vainglorious monster. And I must be the shining knight to slay it, Hell, you know what happened? Eventually, I just said, fuck you. And we sat down and had a cup of tea. I know that makes it sound simple, but at the same time, we it's that shadow work that will allow for that more harmonious being. Hey, check you back. It's a beautiful thing. Back online. Yes. So yeah, it's just a little backstory with me. In my travels, I have been places that weren't nice, and at the same time, I've been places where one would perceive, oh, this is dark, but at the same time, hell, I made friends with the shadows. I went on, and I did not pursue a gain. I just was present. I traveled, and there was harmony in it. I followed my feet, as it were, but in astral body form. So I let my light shine, and I've spoke on that too. Like when you do astral travel, and you haven't shadowed work, you got to realize in your astral form you are that beacon of light, and when you're out there, you radiate light. So if you're surrounded by darkness, whatever's in the dark is going to come find you, right? That's fine. Hey, maybe they need a little bit of light shined on them. And you're looking around, and you see the shadows move, or like it might cause fear, and then that's when they start to eat away at your light and consume you. Shine your light a little bit brighter. Maybe those entities or beings or whatever need a little bit of light shined on them, right? Offer that love, offer that gratitude, offer that forgiveness. Be in harmony with yourself, and harmony will exist outside of yourself. So that's best advice I could give on that, really. It's a beautiful thing. Well, I've made a 3-hour show, so yeah. Yeah, and Luna, if you want some, I saw you got on the Discord chat. Rugops is a awesome traveling buddy. He likes to pick flowers, and it's cool. It's a very lightful. It's like a childlike, whimsy. That's the best way I can explain it. When you meet Rugops back there in the astral, he's got that just pure childlike whimsy about him, and but yeah. So I'll stay safe, stay blessed, stay uplifted. Much love. It's a beautiful thing. I'll catch y'all next time, and we can keep the chat going on the server. Love y'all.